Okay, hello everybody. Hope everybody can hear me. Um, had to turn my volume on. Okay, why isn't it sounding
Okay,
unheard? Oh,
hello
there we go.
everybody.
All right. So, hi everybody. It's Rebecca. Hope y'all are doing well. Today is 4/29/2025. The time is 2:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I wanted to talk about earthquakes as there have been two 6.2 earthquakes today. Well, it's 6.2 and a 6.8. The 6.8 was in the Macquarie Island region down by New Zealand, and it was 10 kilometers deep. And there was a 6.2 off the west coast of the South Island of New Zealand. So these seem to be important to talk about, and I wanted to look at the areas for these. We're also going to look at the 5.1, the 5.4, the 5.3, and the 6.8. So we're going to start with, well, there was also a 5.2 New Britain region, Papua New Guinea, a 5.2 in Western Xinjiang, China, and then we had the 6.2 off the west coast of South Island, New Zealand, the 5.4 Kermadec Island region, a 5.1 Kermadec Island region, a 5.3 Santa Rosa Cruz Islands, and the 6.8 Macquarie Island region of New Zealand. So let's take a look at this 6.2 real quick. And we'll get this put into Google Earth here. So we can go look at where this earthquake has occurred. And let me go share this video real quick to anybody who may want to watch from the worldwide group. So I've got that put in there. Get this put in here. This put in here. Okay, so we can see that this is the area where the 6.2 has struck. And if we look down here, we can see this is off of Macquarie Islands. Macquarie Islands is here, and this was where the 6.8 will have occurred in the Macquarie Island region. So we're looking, and this is the 6.2 right here. This is hitting, and let me see if I can get this to pull up. This is Macquarie Island region. This is a region line. And when we go over here, we can see this is a plate boundary, which moves at 36 millimeters per year. This is the Pacific Australian convergent boundary. So these are also movements. And when we go up here, we can see we have the Alpine Fault. So we have the Alpine up here as well. And this is Pacific Australian transform boundary. We have the Alpines up here. So this is something to be keeping an eye on, as we know when we have bigger earthquakes here, or we've had a bigger earthquake here, we can tend to have one mid-range with the islands. So we need to be keeping an eye on this. The next earthquake which occurred, that was a 6.2. The next one was a 5.4 and a 5.1. So the 5.4 occurred 734 kilometers south of Ahona, Tonga. That population there's 1,200. So let's take a look at where this earthquake occurred. And this is all plate movement. So we can see this is on the outside here as well. And we have the trench here. We also have Louisville Ridge over here. And this is the Pacific Australian convergent boundary here. So we can see this area here is a convergent, that's a convergent arrow, moves at 88 millimeters per year. Then we have the Kermadec Ridge here. So the next earthquake was also Kermadec Islands. And this one was a 5.1. It was 32 kilometers deep. And if I'm looking, it's probably going to be around the same region, but it may be on the opposite side. I have not looked. So, yes, it is on the opposite side. So, as I had shown before, when you have movement on one side, you're going to have movement on the other side. So, this one has occurred on the other side of the plate boundary. So, let's look at the next earthquake, which was the Santa Cruz Islands region. It was a 5.3, it was 52 kilometers deep. For every action, there is a reaction. This one is over here. This is Santa Cruz Islands. Back here. So we can see that's the Pacific Australian convergent boundary. So the Pacific Australian convergent boundary just goes around like this. So you have one side and the other side. Would not surprise me if there was another earthquake on this side over here, but there has not been one yet. The next earthquake was the 6.8 Macquarie Islands region. So we're going to go down here. This was 1,243 kilometers southwest of Bluff, New Zealand. Population there is 1,900 people. So as we go down here, you can see this is the Macquarie Islands region. Over here, which is the area that this hit. So it is further away from the 6.2 which occurred here. And this is Snares Island. But this says it's Macquarie Island region. Macquarie Island is here. And this is off to the side, whereas the other earthquake was on this side. So it's a balancing out of the plate. When you see the 6.2 occurred here, then you have the 6.8 which occurred here. So it's balancing out of the plate as same as we saw up here as well. So it is plate movement. Okay, so that is the earthquakes for today that were big. We're going to look at Oregon Live earthquake map real quick, see if there's been anything interesting to note. So, don't see anything there. We did have an earthquake on the 27th in South Dakota. This is not a normal region for a 2.7 earthquake. It is that they do happen, but it is rare. We've also had, and it looks like we may have had another earthquake here in Ohio, which occurred today, and it was a 2.8, 2 kilometers southeast of Buffalo, Ohio. I wonder what is in this area, so let's take a look. We're going to look at, we're going to look at Google Earth and see what we have in that area that may be causing these earthquakes. So let's get this in here and go take a peek and see if there's anything here of interest. Well, I see nothing but mountains in this area. What we got over here? We have some drilling over here. Mining. Always good. Take a peek around. Take a look at what you see. That looks like an oil jack. So, looks like we have some fracking, maybe. That looked like an oil jack, though. We do have electric lines that run through here. It was interesting just seeing that one, though. I don't see any more, so that could be electrical energy, but I'm not sure. So I don't think that there is going to be a view from the street, but we can take a look. Nope, there isn't. Not sure what this is though. It does look electrical maybe, but there's storage tanks over here. So I don't know what that is. I also know that Ohio, as if you look at my last live stream, Ohio area, there is a fault line which runs through here. So it could also be fault movement, as we talked about the other day in the live stream. So let's see what else we got. Because this is the area where the fault line is located. Okay, so we have nothing else on the East Coast that I have noted. We've had an earthquake here. What we got here? That was on the 28th yesterday. That was in Arkansas. Let's take a peek at this one. I'm not used to seeing Arkansas earthquakes, but it is interesting to note them when they do occur and take a look. And it looks like it's just wooded areas and hilly a little bit. Not sure what to think of this area. I'm just looking at these, looks like pads here, but I'm not sure what they are. Alright, so anyways, that is the earthquake portion. So there was a massive explosion which shut down NC I-40 in both directions. There was a crash early Tuesday, this morning, on North Carolina's Interstate 40 caused a tractor trailer to explode into flames. The incident happened near exit 355 by Faison in southern Sampson County, forcing authorities to shut down I-40 in both directions. The North Carolina State Highway Patrol confirmed the explosion involved a single tractor trailer, though multiple vehicles were impacted. And this is some pictures. Hang on, I'll show you some pictures. This was the pictures here. At least one injury has been reported, but officials have not released information about the condition of those involved. Authorities have not disclosed what materials the tractor trailer was carrying at the time of the explosion. The cause of the crash remains under investigation, and crews are working to clear debris and access roadway damage. Travelers are advised to avoid the area and expect significant delays, as the closure may extend throughout most of the day. So if you are in that area of Sampson County near exit 355 by Faison in northern Sampson County, make sure that you go a different direction so as not to interfere with road work because of an explosion. Okay, let's see if anybody is in chat yet. I still see there's one person. Hey, Chicken Little, how are you doing? My YouTube is not updating how many people are actually on my channel. So I have to guess as to whether people are actually, whoops, I don't know what that did, as to whether people are actually on my channel or not. Huh, that was interesting. I did that. Whoops. So, okay, so that was the news of that I have for you guys. Let's see if there's anything that I'm missing. Putin has rejected Trump's proposal and demands U.S. capitulation. So that's going on. Then we have farmers devastated as key crops become nearly impossible to grow, and customers are complaining about businesses suffering. Okay, so anyways, I just wanted to do a quick update. It was my day to do something different. I wanted to go live for a minute and talk about earthquakes with you guys that have occurred, because there has been some big earthquakes today, and they were important to talk about. I would still keep an eye midsection of New Zealand, because it is possible that you may see 5-6 range earthquake. Anyways, you guys, I am off. Much love. Just wanted to get live for a minute, give y'all an update, and let y'all know what's going on. We'll take a good look again at the earthquakes. So hang on a second. Oops, that's seismic data. I clicked the wrong one. Best way to check the earthquakes that are occurring is to hit the magnitudes that you want to see. So as of today, there has been a 6.2 and a 6.8 down by the New Zealand area. There has been quite a few fives, and an almost here, West Macquarie Island had a 5.9 on the 27th. So that one there I would see as foreshock to this 6.8, which has occurred today. That is what I'm looking at, and just need to keep an eye out. What do we have right now for latest earthquakes? We still have Turkey having aftershocks. Virgin Islands, that was one that I wanted to look at because down there in the Caribbean, there has been quite a bit of earthquakes. So let's go Oregon Live earthquake map again. And we'll go over here and see if USGS is showing any of these. Y'all can see it's been quite busy over here between the Puerto Rico Trench and in this region. So this is 27th. That one was the 27th. The 28th. 26th. 26th. 29th. 14th. It has been busy over here. I mean, look at this. We've got a lot of plate movement going on. What do we got over here? We got a 4.5 in Panama on the 28th. The world seems like it's taken up a few notches. We've had a 3.1 in Vaguita, New Mexico, and that was today. I hope I pronounced that right. That was the one we just looked at. And what's funny is that 6.8 is not listed. It is not listed on here. It is listed on EMSE, but it is not listed on here. But yet they showed that there was 3 earthquakes in this area. So that one was on the 26th. It was a 5.1. That one's on the 29th. And this one's on the 29th. The one that they are missing is the one that EMSC has, the 2 that EMSC has, which is the 6.2 and the 6.8. Interesting. Well, anyways, you guys, I hope I covered everything. I'm Rebecca, and please remember to tell someone you love them. Tomorrow is never promised. Make each day an adventure. Make each day count. And I will see you all on the next video or live stream. Much love. Thank you, Chicken Little, and everybody else who was here today. I have not had a chance to get in here. I know my mod would have been here, except my mod is not home right now. So everybody's busy. Everybody has lots and lots of stuff to do. All right, you guys. I love you. And I will talk to you guys on the next video.